Your subconscious mind is based on the beliefs that you have set for yourself. In order for you to overcome any negative belief or self limiting belief, you have to change how you think. Let me break down the law of belief so you really understand this concept. And this is profound to me on many different levels because I'm trying to learn and really understand this law on a regular basis. I think I've got some traction, but I still think I have some work to do. And there's sometimes I'm really good at it, sometimes I'm not. But the law of belief states whatever you believe with conviction becomes your reality. Again, whatever you believe with conviction becomes your reality. And that stands on anything negative or anything positive. So, what I want you to understand is that your negative thoughts, those things that you're saying to yourself that are not positive or not reassuring, are all creating the life that you see in the outer world. It's all creating your reality. So, those negative thoughts of, I'm not smart enough, I can't afford that, I'm frustrated, I'm not capable of doing that because I don't have this degree, or I can't do that because I don't have the resources. Okay, cool. Then that's your belief. These are the beliefs that you've created. But if you change those thoughts, right? You change what you're saying to yourself. If you change your perception, you can change your reality. Proverbs 23:7 states, as a man thinketh, so is he. As a man thinketh, so is he. Matthew chapter 9:29 states, according to your faith, according to your faith, it will be done unto you. Again, that faith, it could be negative or positive. Whatever it is, it can be done unto you. What I want you to understand is as you're going after big, audacious goals, your thoughts and your beliefs are everything. Because now you're in a position where you're trying to do something new and different that you've never done before. And you're going to be up against things that you've never seen and you don't know how to do. And it's going to be natural that you're going to say to yourself, I can't do this, I'm not capable. Because we're humans. And so we think that the things that we're saying to ourselves, that it is affirming it, or we feel like we have to express ourselves in that way. But you have to start to create a practice to be more mindful of what you're saying, what you're affirming about yourself, so that these beliefs don't become true. All right, so the Bible, that I gave you two scriptures that are evident, that helps you to understand why these things are evident and why they become true, is because of what you do and what you believe. Napoleon Hill, he even said that whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can be achieved. And again, that's whether negative or positive. So when it comes to your goals, it is so important that you not only understand what you desire and what you want, but you have to believe it. And if you don't believe it, you will not be able to achieve it. All right. So I'm going to break down another concept that supports the same point of view, and it is your self concept. Everything you do or achieve in your life, every thought, every thought, every feeling, and every action is controlled and determined by your self concept. And your self concept precedes and predicts your level of performance and effectiveness in everything you do. And everything you do is all about your self concept. And in order for you to overcome it, you have to be able to be mindful of the words that you're saying, be mindful of the thoughts that you're having, and also the actions that you're taking on a regular basis, because it's all based on your belief. But I want you to know the good news. That the good news is that our beliefs are all learned. You can unlearn the beliefs that you set for yourself, and you can relearn, right, or create new beliefs or new thoughts that are programmed into your subconscious. And programming things into your subconscious is that mental computer, right? It's the things that you're saying, it's the thoughts that you're having, they can be adjusted. So I'm going to give you some concepts of how you can actually change this so that you can put yourself in a better position to achieve your goals. I'm going to give you 3 actions. It's very simple. I promise these are things that you can do today, starting today, or it may take you a couple of days to execute on them. But I think overall, these are things that are going to help you to reprogram your mind and get you in a much better headspace, so that your law of belief can change and you can be and do the things that you desire. So the very first action I want you to do is to act as if. Act as if. Let me elaborate on this. If you were the most competent person, that you believe that you could be and you believe that you could not fail, what would it be? How would you act? How would you think? And how would you feel differently today? Right? If you believe that you were competent and you could not fail, how would you act today? What does that look like? And be really clear about what that is. Write it down. All right. Number 2, identify your self-limiting beliefs. What are the things that you're saying to yourself that are negative, that do not create the life that you want on your outer world, right? What are those negative thoughts that you're saying to yourself? You may be able to identify them in one sitting, but you may not, right? You may notice the things that are your self-limiting beliefs as you go throughout the week and go day by day, because these are the thoughts that come up in those moments that you're in the midst of working on something or doing something that is challenging. And as soon as you hear it, as soon as you say that thought to yourself, I want you to write that down and create and know that it's a limiting belief that you're trying to change or adjust. But you can't change your beliefs if you don't know what the current beliefs are that exist today. So I want you to try to catch yourself in those moments and not to give yourself a hard time about it. Right now, you're just reflecting on what are those self-limiting beliefs. And over time, you'll start to acknowledge them and catch them immediately. And we'll start to figure out a way of how you can adjust and address the beliefs that you have. All right. And then number 3 is the last action I want you to take, and that is select a belief that you have identified as a self-limiting belief. And I want you to reaffirm what you would like that new belief to be. What would that new belief be that you want it to create in your life? And I want you to pretend that you already believe this to be true about yourself. Believe it already be true about yourself. So for me, one of the things that I would love and I desire, and I'm working on my belief to understand is true for me, is that I can grow my business to a 6-figure business. If I can do that, and when I can do that, right, that goal is achieved for me. And that's something that I'm working on. But it's something that I have to continue to believe and understand and hold true for myself in order for it to become a reality. Because if I don't believe that that's possible, then it won't be possible. So I have to start to think and act and believe that that's true about myself, put myself in the surroundings, begin to think about what I'm saying out loud and how do I adjust that. So one of the things that you can do about, getting close to what you destined is say it out loud. I'm saying it right here on YouTube. Like, that would be something that I'm striving towards, and I am striving towards. But in order for me to get there, I have to start to believe and operate in such a way. And these things that I'm sharing with you today are things that I'm working towards, I'm evolving towards, I'm believing for. But these are concepts that I'm learning and understanding, and I have been able to apply these. Just to kind of give you a quick recap about, who I am and what I'm about. I've actually been able to do some pretty amazing things that most people are not able to do in their entire lifetime. And I've been able to do some of these things in just 1 year. And that's me executing and believing who I am and how I can perform. In 1 year, I flipped a single family home out of state. In 1 year, I've actually purchased a 4-unit property, renovated it, and actually got tenants in it, making it cash flowing. And then in that same year, I actually invested in a restaurant. And then another year, I actually created and built my business, right? So every 90 days, I was hitting on major goals, and I would not have been able to hit these goals if I didn't have beliefs about myself and what I could do. I've gone to business school. I didn't know that that's something that I could do. I had negative beliefs about that, and I had some experiences that took me a while to get into business school. But once I changed my beliefs, once I changed my thought process, I was admitted into school, and I graduated from Emory, at the time, it was a top 20 business school. I believe it still is a top 20. But those are things that I have been able to achieve, but I was only able to achieve them through my belief, through my reprogramming of my subconscious mind. People in my circle, in my inner circle, hadn't done some of the things that I have done. So I had to do some things that could really, really help me to get there and get in the right mindset. And these 3 action items that I'm giving you, I truly believe that will help you to get over the hurdle, because these are things that I've actually done. I acknowledged the things that weren't working well for me. I acknowledged the new beliefs that I wanted to affirm about myself, and I started taking action. You can achieve and do anything that you desire, that you want to do. You can see it in your outer world. But in order for you to get there, you have to believe it. You have to take action towards it. You have to work towards it every single day. And literally take it 1 day at a time, which is why I call my 1 day daily execution planner the 1-day daily execution planner, because you want to be able to go after your 1-day, someday goals by taking literally 1 day at a time. And then on top of that, I wrote a book, The Goal Crusher, The Ultimate Guide to Achieve Your Big Audacious Goals. And I wrote out some of the challenges that I actually experienced in achieving some of the goals that I explained to you. And I took the time to really acknowledge what's not working, what is working, what do I want to believe about myself, and I will become. So take some time today, start thinking about these things, and throughout the week, start acknowledging what are those things that are challenging you. And you can do this. I believe in you. All right, have a good one.